AITA for telling my friend to stop mentioning pictures my wife posts. My friend was heading down a Tate wormhole and said my wife shouldn't be posting pictures of herself pole dancing. I told him to grow up and not be so easily offended. I've got a friend who the last couple of years has turned a bit Tatey. He has been wronged by a couple of women in the past couple of years. One left him and got married within 3 months. The other stole a lot of his money. But he seems to have a particular dislike for women selling content or just generally being confident in how they look. That point brings me on to my wife. She's 39. And we've been together since school. She's a very fit and attractive woman, and her main hobby is pole dancing. She loves it and has been doing it for a few years. She's really good, and she loves it so much. It's great to see her really excelling at something and being so passionate about it. She posts a lot of pictures and videos of herself pole dancing on accounts that only friends can follow. So it's not like she does this for attention. Even though I've told her if she ever wanted to, I wouldn't mind, as a few of her friends have quite big followings. And sometimes when they do shows, my wife is in the photos and videos and gets a lot of positive comments. At the weekend, I went to my friend's to help him with some DIY, and he asked me if I mind my wife posting what she posts. I said, not at all, it doesn't bother me. He then said, you're part of the problem. Women are getting too much ego, and it's bad enough when it's single women, but married women shouldn't be doing that. I told him, if he's that bothered, then don't look and unfollow her. He said that won't change anything, and it's the culture being created around women getting validation for their bodies or some shit like that. I got a bit wound up at this point and asked him if he'd like to ring my wife and tell her himself. He said no, he was just talking to me man to man, and I need to grow a backbone. I told him I'm not the one with the backbone problem if he can't handle a bit of flesh and gets offended by it, and he's the weak one. I ended up leaving, and a few mutual friends have said that while I was right, he's going through a hard time and is a bit vulnerable to this way of thinking. I personally think that's bullshit, and we need to tell him he's heading down the wrong path. Me and my friend are both 41, I forgot to mention that. Relevant comments. Commenter. NTA. He then said, you're part of the problem. Women are getting too much ego, and it's bad enough when it's single women, but married women shouldn't be doing that. This mindset is why this man is single. OP. I would be dropping this guy as a friend after this comment. 2 bad apples doesn't ruin the whole apple tree. He said no, he was just talking to me man to man, and I need to grow a backbone. What he wants you to do is be controlling and force your wife to stop a hobby she enjoys. Pole dancing isn't always seen in an inappropriate light. Many people do it in an art form. Also, to clarify, even if she was doing it in an inappropriate way, it would still be okay because you're fine with it. That's all that matters. Commenter. NTA. Good job standing up for your wife's right to enjoy a hobby and be confident. I agree with you about letting him know you, and hopefully your other friends, don't agree with these new views he's taking on. If the people around him just let his comments go without any pushback or worse, agreement, it'll only make him feel validated and justified and more comfortable with these new views. He needs to understand that just because he's been hurt by 2 women doesn't give him the okay to be a misogynist. Even without all that, what business is it of his what your wife does anyways? OP. Exactly. My wife can do as she pleases. She's a grown woman, and I'm not jealous or possessive in any way. I love watching her express herself and how happy she is when she shows me videos of what she's done. Story 2. Am I wrong for telling my friend she can't hang out with my fiancé one-on-one? Posting here instead of asking our friends so that they don't have to pick sides. She, 23F, got really drunk last night and went to my 23F fiancé, 23M, place. There, she asked him, did you know Irish girls are really good in bed? Before trying to kiss him. My fiancé turned her down, put her in his room, and quickly called me to tell me about what happened. He said he would have made her leave right away if he wasn't worried about her getting into a car accident. I drove over and picked her up, taking her home since she was too drunk to drive safely. This morning, my friend apologized to me, but then she claimed she only said what she said and did what she did because of the alcohol, that it didn't mean anything, and I have nothing to worry about. I still don't know if I can trust my friend, though. I know she used to have a crush on him but doesn't anymore, but what she did still makes me worry that she might still find him physically attractive, even though the feelings are no longer there. So I told her she can't hang out with him privately. My friend got upset and accused me of overreacting and not trusting her. She said I shouldn't react this way when she only screwed up once. Relevant comments. Commenter. Of course you don't trust her. She has proven herself to be untrustworthy, and the fact that she's arguing with you on this clearly shows her intent. Exactly. She crossed a line, and it's totally valid to feel uneasy about it. Trust is hard to rebuild once it's broken. Commenter. Alcohol tells the truth. She still wants him. Fiancé did good. Time for your Irish friend to be an ex-friend. She can try her bed skills on someone else. Story 3. New update. Caught my GF cheating on a spy camera. Advice needed. So let's begin at the beginning. Me 30. M. and my GFF25 have been together for 7 years and have lived together for 3 years now. We both work hard, and my GF is in the second year of her PhD. The past few months I noticed some changes in her behavior. She comes home late a lot, blaming her deadlines, and her libido went from high to almost non-existent. At first I didn't think anything of it. I just thought she was stressed from her PhD and a little overworked, until a month ago. My boss asked me to start up a project in England. We live in the Netherlands. It would take about 4 to 6 months. In the past, when I had projects abroad, my GF would always be opposed to me going, not wanting to miss me for that long, etc. This time, however, she kinda encouraged me to go, saying it's a good experience. When I asked her about the sudden change of attitude towards me working abroad, she just said it's because she is older and thinks differently, more mature about it now. So I accepted to work there, but somehow my gut feeling was telling me something was off. So I know it's wrong, but just to be sure, I grabbed my GF her phone during a shower to look if I could find anything suspicious. Luckily I couldn't, so I let it go. Then I somehow stumbled on an ad on the internet about a secret spy camera. Against all my principles, I decided to buy one disguised as a smoke detector and replaced it for the old one in our bedroom. It looked almost the same, and she didn't notice the change. It has an IP camera, and I can see live footage remotely, and can even get a notification on my phone when there is motion. A little over a week ago, I went to England for my project, and here is the bad part. Last Saturday, in the early evening, I got a notification from the motion sensor of the camera. I opened the app, and there it was. Her and a guy kissing on our bed. It quickly escalated to foreplay and then sex. Somehow I managed to watch the whole thing. I felt 1,000 emotions at once. I felt mad. I felt sad. Now I don't know what to do. If I confront her, I have to confess about the camera, and she is never forgiving me for that. However, her lies are so hurtful to me. On the other hand, I really don't want to lose her, and in some way, I understand she is tempted to experiment with other guys because I was her first 7 years ago, and before I knew this, I thought I was her only. Please, I would like to hear advice for this cause. I really don't know what to do. The guy has been sleeping in my bed with my girl for every night since Saturday. Peas. Excuse my English, it's not my native language. Side note, I see a lot of you call me pathetic for even considering forgiving her and me being afraid to lose her. Let me elaborate on a few things. Like I said, we've been together for 7 years. She is the first girl I ever dated that I didn't get bored of in a few months. Actually, up until this point, I still had the same feelings for her as I had in the beginning. In those 7 years, she supported me in many ways, especially when I lost my father and got chronically ill 5 years ago. Also, she is crazy fucking hot, like way out of my league hot. And don't forget, we built a life together for 7 years, with 7 years of shared memories and building our lives around the plan of being together forever. I know how bad this is, and I'm definitely gonna confront her today, but please understand my doubts if dumping her is the best way forward. Update. Hi, this is an update on my previous post. You can read the backstory there. So today I called my GF to confront her. I told her I knew she was cheating. I didn't elaborate on how I knew. She was silent for a bit and then started crying uncontrollably. I told her I couldn't speak with her if she just played the victim and that I wanted her to be out of my house and life before I got back from England. Then I hang up. I put away my phone and she kept calling me and I didn't answer. An hour later I decided to pick up because I wanted more answers. She was more calm this time and was apologetic. I asked her for the truth. I asked her when this started. She confessed they met at work and that he is a postdoc she works closely with, and that the first time they had sex was on a congress in Barcelona they both attended. They got tipsy after the first day of that congress, and he walked her to her hotel room and things escalated from there. This congress was 10 fucking months ago, so obviously I got really mad about it. I asked her why she did it, if she loved him, why she lied for such a long time and never had the decency to come clean with me in the past 10 months. She pleaded she didn't love him, and that was just a physical relationship. Started out of curiosity how it would be to have sex with someone different than me. She said he had a wife and kids, and she had me. They never planned on it to be anything more than sex, and according to her, it isn't. She still only loves me. Her plea didn't help. I could definitely not get over the fact it's been going on for 10 months already. I asked her if she was keeping any other secrets for me, and she confessed she also had sex with a different guy 3 months ago, a guy she met while going out with friends, and that it was a one-night stand. I sighed, and I heard her crying again. I told her I never expected to throw away 7 years of my life to a slut, and repeated, I want her out of my house and life before I get back, and that I don't want to see or speak to her again. I hung up and blocked her. Man, fuck this shit. I really thought I had a decent girl all this time. Relevant comments. Commenter. The day will come in which you will fall on your knees and thank God you found out this information. OP. Yeah, I know. For now, I'm just trying to get the images of them together out of my head. Commenter. Kudos, friend, you did the right thing. So sorry this happened to you, but you are young and you can have a great life. This is BTW, your best revenge. Be happy, and the best version of you can be without her dragging you back. Story 4. I hate my fucking boyfriend. So, I've F20 been with my boyfriend, M22, for about a year now. Lately, some of his insecurities are starting to affect our relationship, and I'm not sure how to handle it. He gets really uncomfortable when I wear certain clothes, like leggings or fitted outfits. Mind you, I don't wear revealing things, not really my style. Something simple as a tank top will make him upset, and he'll make comments like, "Are you sure you want to wear that?" Or, "I don't want other guys looking at you." I love wearing what makes me feel confident, but it feels like I have to downplay my style to avoid a fight. He's also weirdly against me wearing makeup. I don't go all out every day, but sometimes I like to do my makeup just to feel good, you know? When I do, he'll make comments like, "You don't need that," or "Who are you trying to impress?" It makes me feel self-conscious, but also frustrated that he can't just let me be me. And then there's the issue with my family. We're super close, and I hang out with them a lot, maybe once or twice a week, but he doesn't like it. He'll complain that I'm choosing them over him if I spend time with them, and it's gotten to the point where I feel guilty for even making plans with my own family. I've tried talking to him about how all of this makes me feel, but he always says he's just looking out for me or that he cares too much. I know he has his own insecurities, but I'm feeling more and more stifled. It's exhausting constantly having to justify my choices, and I don't know how much longer I can deal with it. I'm starting to resent him. I've tried breaking up with him multiple times, but this loser wouldn't leave me alone, so I just gave in. I know I'm gonna break up with him soon. Just need y'all opinions on how to handle this. I'm scared he's gonna stalk me or threaten me. Relevant comments. Commenter: a breakup is a unilateral decision. Your BF doesn't have to agree to it. Dump him. Commenter: this is emotional abuse and it's not normal in a relationship. No, he's not just insecure. He is definitely trying to control and manipulate you. Cut off all contact with him after you break up. You can't afford to be near him, as he'll just attempt to regain control again in a relationship with you. I hope you break this toxic cycle and heal from this. Commenter: I've been in this exact situation before. He won't stop harassing you even if you break up with him. My ex used to stalk me and wait for me to get out of work. I would get out late. He used to block my car and not let me leave the parking lot, or he would show up to my house and just sit outside all night. Then if I wouldn't come out, he would call me on no caller ID hundreds of times. Mind you, we would be broken up for months and he wouldn't stop. It doesn't get any better and it only ever got worse. Please get out now and be careful. Tell your family about it, or even friends and co-workers, so at least some people know about your situation. And if you're serious about leaving him, please stand your ground and block him on everything. I had to even block his email. This is not normal behavior and only shows how dangerous and toxic this guy is. I finally decided to press charges and even file a restraining order once I found out he started carrying. Even now he calls me and passes by my house. Please be careful. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you enjoyed our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest ones. Have a great day.